Hello. Oh, okay. Lost a couple lost a couple stitches from last night. Last thing I did came out. Hello. Hi everyone. Working on the 6-day superstar shawl. I am on my third repeat. Last night I didn't get to move one up, so the first row I complete tonight, I'm gonna move up one of these markers. Every row 3 I'm moving one up, so I have actually be a total of 6 repeats, but yeah, 5 after the first one, which is a total of 6. How's everyone doing tonight? Hey Kathy, hi, how you doing? My errands took longer than I thought today. But I got them done. That's the important part. That is what matters. So just probably gonna only hang out for an hour tonight, but I'm gonna work on this a little bit. What row did I say I was on? I'm on row 3. Yes. Oh, goodness, excuse me. I'm so sorry. I'm really tired. This is an eye hook. I know people will come in and they'll ask me what yarn and what hook I'm using, but I'll just say it now. This is a Mandala bonus bundle, and the name of the color is Babar, Babar. It is a 3-weight yarn. These bonus bundles have 1,181 yards on them, so right around 1,200 yards, and it only takes one to make this shawl right here, which is exactly what I'm doing. So I'm on row 3. It starts at the chain 4. Skip the space between the turning chain and the DC3 together. That's this one. And then DC3 together in the next space. How you doing tonight, Kathy? Who else is here? Come on, say hi. Don't leave me sitting here talking to myself. A little knot in my yarn. Three double crochet in each space to the peak. Three in the peak. Hey Sue. 3 double crochet in each space to the valley, DC3 together in the space before and after, the one in the row below. That's pretty much the row. Just lay this out just to get a feel for the row. Speedy Sloth, that's a cute username. Say hi. I had to drive down to Kitty Hawk today to drop off a package and do like just some mailing stuff, have something printed and sent out. And big storm came in while I was down there, and I thought, oh, this is great because my plants out on the front porch need a little watering. And when I got back, I don't think it rained here. I don't think it hit me. And it was 89 degrees in the house. I had all the windows open. It's probably a good thing it didn't rain because I had all the windows open. It cooled things off a little bit. Got my car rinsed down. I can't go through the car wash right now because I have some repairs that need to be done on my car. My car got a little rinsed down, looking fresh. I walked around in the rain a little bit outside. Now I don't need a shower. Try and make me take one. Got a lot of people with animal names. We have a Speedy Sloth on the call, and we have Moose and Caribou. Speedy Sloth, thanks for the follow and the likes. Thanks for sharing the video. Whoops. Okay. Give me just a sec. It's like I'm tripping over my hands. Weird. Oh. Let's see if YouTube tells me I'm live. Yes. Did go. Okay. That's better. I have a billion windows open on my thing. I don't know, there was something weird about the light in here last night that this looks green to me. This kind of looks teal too, but this looks green. It's really weird. I know it's not green. Oh, it's on TikTok. Actually, when people if you're watching on TikTok, you can hit the share button and send the video to somebody, or even just hit copy link and it shares the video and helps with engagement. But yeah, no problem. Thank you, Kathy. If you're on YouTube, you don't worry about it. Hi, Facebook user saying good evening. You'll have to say who you are. Restream bot is not telling me who you are. Would be great if Restream would go to TikTok. And I wouldn't have to have a separate device over there. Hi, Missy. Thanks for joining. How's Texas tonight? You guys doing okay? I was on a call earlier this morning with some West Coast US people saying it was smoky. It's so smoky where they are. Hi, Cindy. Rainy but cooler. That's good. Hi, Sonia. Good to see you. What's everybody working on? Kathy says she's working on a star blanket. Cindy's working on a baby sweater. Aw. I worked on my hexagon quite a bit today. We had a meeting, a hexagon meeting this morning for the crochet along, and I am happy to put mine aside for a little bit. I ended up cutting apart some Ogo Big Donut for that sweater, and I had 4 of one colorway and I had 1 of another, and of course I bought them on clearance, and of course there's no more of them anywhere, and so I had to order a couple off of Etsy. So I'm pretty sure those have shipped, and I feel like I'm gonna wait a couple more days to pick back up. Of course, I'm working different options on it, so I could work one of the options in some of the yarn that I have and then pull it out after I take the photos of it. It's a lot of work. Oh yeah, you have to work that invisible stitch from the outside, from the right side. Uh-oh. We might have another situation on our hands here, friends. I think my yarn is about to change colors in the middle of the row again. See how far I get. Might be another high contrast color change. I might have to cut. The thing is, I kind of like this green that it appears to be to me, but I know it's not real. I know it's not really green. It's messing with my mind. I know what y'all are going to tell me to do too. Here we go. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to let it happen, and then we'll talk about it. There it is. I know what y'all are going to tell me to do too. See, it wouldn't be so bad if it were like a single crochet row, or if it were closer to the edge. Hi, Debbie. This is how much further I have to go in the row. Just this far. And then I've done all this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Basically, everything I've done since I've been on the call. I'd have to take out and redo. It took me about 20 minutes. I mean, I don't care. Obviously, I care. I would just rip it. You know what? I'm going to keep going and then do the single crochet row after that and see how I feel about that color change. Maybe it's not so bad. Yeah, the next color came in right there. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot. I think I'm gonna keep going and come back across the single crochet row, come past it and see how I feel about it. Go with the flow. Okay, tonight the vote is go with the flow. Last night was a very clear cut it. So I'm 2 for 2. So far I've let 2 color changes flow and I've cut 2. So the score's even. Hey Pat. Do you all know that there is a trend on TikTok and it's Stash Bust September? There are people in the community who have committed to not buying any yarn for the whole month of September and they're just working out of their stash. I failed. I failed Stash Bust September for absolute sure. No doubt about it. I failed it. I'm a failure. Because I got a little notification. I got a text today from Michaels that said, your order's been shipped. And I was like, what did I get from Michaels? I got yarn. I got 2 anniversary cakes that I don't need, and I don't know why I bought them. Because it said new, and I thought they were new, I guess. I don't even know what I was thinking. And then the other thing I've been doing is I have been looking at eBay and Poshmark and even Amazon for dishes. And I have like a collection of dishes that I eat off of, and they're like the old Spode Willow dishes, different brands, not just Spode, but different brands. And I have kind of a mix and match collection of them. And I started my collection years ago. I was doing mosaics with plates, breaking up plates. And so I started this dish collection, and now I'm like, well, now I'm like, then I got interested in them. I was going to thrift stores and I was looking for broken dishes and for this hobby that I had. And then I started buying actual dishes. And yeah, so I've just been like looking online for I have some that are Johnson and Johnson, and then I have some Staffordshire and a bunch of different ones. And they're not all blue either. Some of them are pink And then today I got in a green, I think it's green geranium, might be Johnson and Johnson, I don't know. I thought you said what pattern was I looking for. What pattern? The crochet pattern I'm working on is the 6-Day Superstar Shawl. Thank you, Kathy. Yeah, so I've been silly online shopping. I bought yarn from, hey Maureen, good to see you. Goodness gracious. Yes, yarn. Let me see. And then I was on, somebody said, oh, there's a Lion Brand. It's the last day for their sale, 35% off. So, of course, I was online doing that, buying that. Oh, I think this row is supposed to be extended double crochet. It is. Hi, Robin. See, it's good to come on at different times and different people hop on. It's nice. Let's see, how we doing over here on TikTok? We good? Let me see. Okay, row 4. Oh, I almost forgot. Second repeat, done. 3 more to go. There's my little markers down here that I put when I had 5 repeats to go. I put those markers there, 5 of them. I moved up one and then I moved up the other. I'm so excited about this. Row 4. Chain 1, single crochet in the same stitch. It's going to be 13. Yeah, because I'm on the 3rd repeat. So I'm looking at the 3rd number in the parentheses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Uh-oh, I counted 14. Maybe I counted the first one. Single crochet in the same stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, I must have miscounted. 3 single crochet in the chain space. Now I'm doing the 3rd number, so it's 26. I am only counting this high one time for y'all. 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Yep. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. And then 3 in the peak. Okay, so that's pretty much the row. It's going to be let me see, 13 going up, 3 in the peak, 26. So if I were a counter, which I'm not, I would go 13 and then 13. But this is one of my, I mean, I love rows like this where I don't have to count. I can just follow the row. That's okay. I've made so many of these. I just don't enjoy a project when I have to sit there and count the whole time. I'll count if I get lost or I want to check and see if I made a mistake, but I'm not just going to sit here and count. Some people enjoy that though. There's my color change. Yeah, it doesn't really bother me that much. I think it's going to be okay. Thanks for the likes. Thank you for following. I have Elton John playing in my head. I'm not sure why. I don't know where that came from. It just started. It's already Tuesday. Feels like Monday. I finally got my my sourdough bread starter to go, and I mixed up some bread yesterday, and it's rising right now. Hey, D. Louise. How you doing? How are you? Good to see you. Glad to hear you're well. Working on a 6-day superstar shawl. Doing the whole thing on camera just for the heck of it. Hang out and crochet with people. I'm going to try and be consistent since I think I've been working into the stitches at the top. Yeah, I see that I did it down here. Looks like that one I went into the spaces. I don't think it matters. Today I feel like working into the stitches. Hey Mama Bird, thanks for the follow. Yeah, I'm paying attention to my finger too. So I was just telling somebody today not to hold their yarn like that, but I am also doing it. So I'm going to get out of that habit. I was doing this, what I'm doing right now, for a while, and I must have stopped. When you are crocheting, especially when you crochet for a long period of time, I've been crocheting on these lives for 2 hours at a time. And also, I mean, I crochet a lot every single day, but I'm also doing like 2 hour Zoom calls. I did one this morning with some of the people in my membership community, and we're all crocheting for 2 hours, and then some of them are here on this live crocheting again with me, and it's a lot on my hands and my body. I mean, if you sit and crochet for long stretches of time, it can damage your body. So I can definitely feel when I extend that pinky that my hand is able to be more relaxed, and it's just better. The more relaxed your hands are as you work, the better, the less damage you're doing. Same with your body. That's why I tell people to put pillows, put your work on a pillow so that you don't have to be down like that looking at it. Let's see. Oh, that will be perfect. That'll be beautiful. Which one are you going to make? The star, the superstar, the supernova? The the star is the most like a poncho. People have said you know, and tried and like adapted the star superstar blanket, supernova blanket into a poncho. And I actually think that the star shawl with the closure in the front is makes a nicer poncho. Than, you know, just like adapting the blanket the way it is. It looks more like a sweater. Like you could put buttons down the front of it, or you could just seam it up even. Maybe the superstar. Yeah. I think the superstar is the most like delicate and I don't want to say dainty. Um, you know, it's more circular, so it's like softer. Mama Bird is saying that her hands go numb the longer you crochet. Yeah. If your hands are going numb, you probably have too much tension in your hands. And if you crochet every day, regardless of the amount of time you spend doing it, you need to be using an ergonomic hook. Need. This one's my favorite, the Furls Odyssey, but there are tons of different ergonomic hooks out there to choose from, and the Odyssey is not the right one for every grip. Um, if you hold like this, the Odyssey is not the right hook for you. At least I don't think so. If you're interested in furls, you mostly make stuffed animals and you pencil hold. Do you use chenille yarn? You have to see you have to when you make animals, you have to have a tighter tension than if you're making, you know, like a garment or yeah, you pencil hold. So there's this probably is not the right hook. And also for making animals, you wouldn't want to do like one of their resin hooks. You probably need a metal hook. But I would investigate some options for your hands because you, I'm not going to say you shouldn't be going numb, but if you are going numb, that's your body telling you, you know, like, hey, this is something's wrong. This is too much, you know, and don't just keep going, you know. Take take note of that. Something you need to relax. You need to find a way that you can keep crocheting without any pain or any damage. In my other life, I am a somatic practitioner, and I was also I was a dancer. That was my first career. I have a master's degree in dance and I'm a movement analyst. And so I know a lot about somatics and the body. And when, as a dancer, I, we read in one of our textbooks, there are two reasons for dance injuries, and that's they are ignorance and stupidity, which, I mean, that's not really true, but the point of that was a lot of people endure injury because they ignore. Dancers are notorious for like ignoring pain and ignoring the signals of injury and just continuing because it's, you know, it's such a competitive field. But I have found crocheters are very similar. Just what I've noticed online, people crochet and they don't want to stop. We currently use worsted weight. I feel like there are certain yarns, like those chenille yarns that people make stuffies or plushies with, like the blanket yarn, and the yarn is not very elastic. And there's something about the yarn not being elastic that, like, when I crochet with those yarns, I feel like I have to pull it a little bit tighter. I would know more if I could see you crochet, but just maybe think about some of the things that I said, if there's anything that you can do to relax your hands more while you're working. I don't really know what the Susan Bates hooks are like. I'm pretty sure there are ergonomic hooks that are like kind of shaped to your hands. I don't know if they're the Susan Bates or not, but it's like they're like shaped to your hand. They have a they're kind of like curved, so they kind of sit in your hand. So I know people that have the pencil hold that use those, and they find them that they're able to crochet longer with them. Where am I? That was row 4, onto row 5. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 2. This is the third one, so I am looking at the third number in the parentheses. So it says 13 double crochet, 2, 3, 4, Addie. Kathy over on YouTube is saying it's Addie, has the curved hooks. Okay, I didn't count out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I feel like Sesame Street a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 5 in the peak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think it's Dee Louise saying that she has arthritis but never has pain while crocheting. The constant movement actually helps. If she doesn't crochet for a few days, then she stiffens up. I think we, who was that I was talking to on TikTok? Mama Bird. Mama Bird, how long have you been crocheting? I think that, and I don't know if this applies to you or not, but I think that when we first learn how to crochet, and I'm not saying you're a beginner, I don't know if you are, I'm just talking, but I think when you first learn crochet, you feel like, this has been my experience with teaching crochet and knitting. New crocheters and new knitters, they want to pull everything so tight because they feel like it's going to fall out if they don't do it super tight. They're also like stressed about learning, you know, and they put themselves under pressure to like learn it and do it really well. And I think the longer you're crocheting, and Dee Louise, I know you've been crocheting a long time, the easier it is to kind of like relax and let muscle memory take over, and you don't stress out as much when you're crocheting. Um, you don't worry so much. Like your tension loosens up the longer you do it. That's what I'm trying to say. She said Mama Bird said she's been crocheting for 13 years, and she has the beginning of stages of RA. Well, that'll do it. Yeah. But when you have numbness, to me uh, that sounds like more muscular and nervous than arthritis, which is more in your joints, inflammation in the joints. So just think about what I said about finding ways to relax your hands more. If I don't crochet for a few days, I just don't feel right. Period. Thank you. It's the 6-day superstar shawl. I'm supposed to be saying what I'm doing. It's 13 stitches, 13 double crochet to the valley, and then skip 2 at the bottom. I've been crocheting a lot lately. I mean, I normally crochet a lot, but I feel like I've been crocheting more lately. Um, Maybe just because I'm doing it more on camera than I normally do. I don't know, but I've been crocheting a lot, and I'm still. Before crochet was a business, people used to say, "You should sell that. You should sell those things you make." And I would say, "Oh, poo." You know, I I couldn't sell it for what it's worth, because it takes so long, blah blah blah, all that stuff. And I'm slow. I've never really like sold my makes. It's never been something I've been interested in doing. I feel like that would take the joy out of it for me. I've always felt like being in business to crochet would take the joy out of it for me, but it hasn't yet. Still love it. But when I do crochet a lot, I crochet more than normal. My body definitely starts saying, like, "Beth, do some yoga." When's the last time you've done any yoga? Stretch your shoulders. wish I could use the furls, but I use my right thumb underneath to guide my stitches like you use your index finger. I just can't seem to change that 50-year habit, so they don't work for me. Most comfortable hooks are the Tulip Etimo ergonomic hooks. Yeah, I've heard the tulips are great. There's this classic dance book, and it's called Dancing Longer, Dancing Stronger. And I feel like I want to write a similar book for crochet. Crocheting longer, crocheting stronger. How to keep crocheting for a long time. For hours and hours a day. A chair yoga crochet class. I am putting that into my little toolkit that I'm working on for somatic crochet and the self-care support series that I started, and I'd like to have a regular weekly or bi-weekly group meeting to teach some of these things. I'm still coming up with some ideas, like a chair yoga class for crocheters, targeting the specific muscles that we overuse and overstretch, help us stay healthier, keep our bodies. As soon as I said muscles that we overstretch, my muscles in the back of the rhomboids, I could feel them go like, hey, you're talking about me. Hey, Amy, my sister's here. Glitzy Dinobot. I was just showing my mom your name. Hers is Betty, B-E-T-T-E. Your mom's name is Betty McKnit? It's not my real name. I think B-E-T-T-E is a prettier spelling, though. How you doing, Amy? When are you coming back to the beach? I was saying at the beginning of the call, I had to close the windows. I let it get up to 89 in the house. I was I left and I had to drive down to Kitty Hawk, and when I came back, I walked in and I was like, holy moly, it's really hot in here. And I looked at the thermostat and it was 89. I usually like right around 82, 83 or so. Um, I I usually turn it on, but yeah, I let it get. It hasn't been bad, but because it's been breezy, but I did let it get really hot. Ah. So yeah, I came back and I had actually last night before I went to bed, I had gone in and opened the windows in your room and the bathrooms, and I was like, let's get some more airflow in here. I mean, it's just been so nice. Yeah, I wasn't gonna do it, but I actually had the thought like, okay, this is gonna start to ruin my stuff. I have stuff in here that can't tolerate heat at those levels, so I need to do something. Yeah. Oh, you had to shut the air off. Wow. It is, let me tell you, I feel sorry for people. I had another change there. Look at that. I feel sorry for people that have things like school where they cannot get away in the fall to come to the Outer Banks because this September has been the best for weather so far since I've been here. It has been so great. You skipped work today. I thought I would find you knocking at my door. You should have come for Labor Day weekend. You could have come on Wednesday after work. You could have just left a little while ago. I mean, if you're going to skip work, you might as well come down here. I don't know if you were on here when I don't know if I told you the electrician came and fixed the outlets on the outside of the house. I think you were here when we figured out that they were all bad. And he gave me he changed out one of the outlets in the kitchen. He offered to change them all. And if it had been up to me, I would have said, yes, please. I asked him how much it costs to change them all. And he basically said, a house gets to be a certain age, just probably should just go around and change them all, change all the outlets and switches. Oops. He explained a couple other things to me about electricity. He was pretty nice. He was cute too. Oh, you had a problem with the outlet, and Scott said it was not the outlet. Was it his toaster? Because if it was his toaster, you should get rid of it. I ended up buying a toaster. I bought a new toaster because I thought I went to plug the toaster in and it didn't work. He plugged this little thing into the outlet that I had the toaster plugged into, And he was like, this outlet works. And I was like, it does not work. And he like started plugging things into other outlets, and then that outlet, his little thing started blinking, and he was like, oh. I was like, yeah, don't you dare tell me that outlet works. I know it doesn't work. I hate when they don't believe you. But it actually did work. It was just something about the circuit. There was another outlet like down the line that was like, I don't know, draining all the juice. I don't know. I don't know nothing about electricity. Turned out to be the outlet, and it was the toaster one. Yeah. Did you get it fixed? What row am I on? You know it was the outlet. Yeah. Yeah, because you go to put the toast in, it doesn't stay down. I was like, wait a minute. And then, yeah, and I plugged it in a couple different places, and yeah. So it was like the outlets were working, but they didn't have enough or something. You had to order parts to fix it. Okay. Let me see. That was row 5. So now I'm on row 6. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Skip 2. 1, 2. And then 14. Double crochet to the peak. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And now 5 in the peak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it's going to be 14 down and skip 2 at the bottom. Hey, Glynis. You're not late. I just popped on whenever I felt like it. What are you crocheting these days, Glynis? Thank you. Yeah, I would say I'm at about the halfway mark. Yeah, that's exactly what was going on here. Turning the breaker on and off, but some of the stuff on the same breaker is working. I couldn't even tell what was on the breaker because some of it was working and some of it wasn't, and he was telling me what was on the same breaker, and there were outlets that were working fine the whole time. So I was like, well, that don't make no sense. I said it like that because when my water something froze when it got really cold here, sub-zero temps, and something froze under the house, and I did not have water in my bathroom, but I had water in the kitchen, and I had hot water on the other side of the house, but the hot water heater is on this side. But I didn't have hot water. I had cold water, but not hot water. Over here, it was so weird. And I was explaining it to the guy on the phone that was supposed to come out here, but he never came out. It melted or thawed out or whatever before he ever got here. But when I was explaining it to him, he said, "Well, that don't make no sense." And I was like, "I know. It did not make no sense." You've been at netball again. How's it going? You winning? Glenna says, "I still have my special 6-day kid blanket to finish." We're looking forward to seeing that. Yeah, the electrician was telling me like different things that have changed about the code since my house was built. And he wanted to change every single outlet in my kitchen. And I was like, I wish I could say yes to that, but I can't. It's cloudy today, but it's been so clear. The night sky, oh my gosh. It's been so nice. You should come back. Liz Peta was on one of the videos. I don't remember if she was here live or if she was commenting, saying she's still not crocheting. She still can't crochet. It's been like 9 months. Also, Glynis, there was a lady commenting last night about the Crochet Guild conference that's happening next year in Oz. Oh, you have 13 students in your class. My sister has a doctorate in business, and she's an online college professor. Is tomorrow the first day? So the first post is due tomorrow. Oh, gotcha. Their first like discussion post. Can they still enroll? Yeah, I would love to come. I think they said they have it every other year. Well, if your minimum is 6, you have more than double that. So even if you have drops, you should be good. And they can't drop the class once the students start, can they? I don't remember. There were all kind of rules around it when I was teaching online classes. There were like all kinds of rules about it. I'm surprised you didn't end up picking up like another class or two as it got closer. Sometimes they fill up and they'll open additional sections. I would sometimes pick up 2 or 3 other extra sections of a class. And sometimes they would let me say, like, do you want it to be a 10-week class or a 12-week class or 6-week class? Or, they'd let me set the the duration of it. They had different sessions. I mean, if you go into your classes with the intention of like sincerely wanting your students to succeed, you'll have a good class. You'll have good retention. And that doesn't mean just like making it easy for them, but like having the sincere intention to help them do well, then it'll go fine. You'll do fine. Hmm. I got sunscreen or something in my eyes like 2 days ago, and they're still crusty. Yeah, I think they said, Glynis, I think they said the conference was in Sydney. Oh my goodness, that's old. You should write a new book. You should write the book. 2006. Dang. Yeah, you should write that book. Ooh, my shawl is getting big. Regarding the conference, I was hoping that it would be interstate. I don't know what you mean by that. You mean closer to home? Woo, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at it. Prepare to be sick of it. This is looking nice. Whoops. Now it's giving me denim vibes. When I was little or younger, I want to say like well, my sister is over on my sister is over on TikTok, so maybe she can tell me how old I was when I was obsessed with denim, and everything I had was denim. I had a denim jacket, I had that denim hat, denim jeans, of course, and I had a denim bike with a denim bike seat on it. Thank you, Jacqueline. Oh, it's not, you wanted it to not be in Sydney so that you could go take your little caravan. What do you call it? The pull behind caravan and go on vacation. My sister's saying I was around 10 to 12 years old, and I think that sounds about right. That's what that's what this blue makes me think of. It's like denim. What other denim stuff did I have? I remember that hat, that little like newsboy cap, and of course denim jacket, and that blue bike with the denim seat. I think at a later time in my life, I didn't want the bike to be blue anymore, and I painted it yellow. Oh, the bell bottoms. Did I have denim shoes, though? I probably did have a denim, like, backpack. I don't remember. It was a phase I went through. And then, probably shortly after that, I moved on to the Mork and Mindy suspenders. And I had, not only did I have the Mork and Mindy suspenders, but I had other suspenders too. I had 3 or 4 different pairs of suspenders, and that was my style for a while. Man, was I ever weird. And my sister tried to tell me. She tried to tell me I was too weird, but I didn't care. I didn't give a F. Like, I don't give one now, and I just wear whatever I want, and I don't care if I look crazy. My sister just puts up with me. She was here, it was really hot, and I was just like, I'm just taking my shirt off, and I had on like bike shorts. They're technically bike shorts, but I wear them like underwear under my dresses, and a sports bra, and I was just like, this is just what I'm wearing. Deal with it. I'm too hot. And that's what I wore. Just had to deal with it. The suspenders. I know, my sister was all like trying to be cool, and there I was with my Mork and Mindy suspenders. and my buttons. I probably had them covered with buttons. I still have my jacket from high school, and it has a button on it that says, wait till you hear this, Amy. My button, tell me if you remember this. The button on my jacket says, I'm not as dumb as you look. I don't know why I thought that was something funny that I like needed to wear on my jacket all the time. Oh my gosh, what a dork. So there I was with the suspenders, the different kinds of suspenders, and the newsboy hats. I'm sure I had more than one of those goofy hats, and that's what I roll. That's what I wore. And I liked going to the mall to have t-shirts printed, different things, saying different things on them. One of them said, you gotta dance. It was like a green shirt with rainbow letters, and they would print it right there at the mall for you. I probably saved up my babysitting money to pay for that shirt. The one that said, I think it said, you gotta dance. I think hats look good on me because I have a freakishly small head. When I was in graduate school in Hawaii, they were always, because I was a little bit on the thicker side for a dancer, they were never not like ever like believing what size I was, and they were always just like taking my measurements and ordering these ridiculously huge costumes for me. And I had to wear a hat for something. I had to go down to the costume shop to get a hat for a dance, pick out a hat. And I was, and they like had a couple hats sitting out there. And I said, my head's really small. I'm going to need a lady's or a child's hat. Lady's small or a child's hat. And they didn't believe me. They had these hats there, and they were like, we could put this or this inside of it so that it doesn't fall off. And I was like, these are going to be too big. And sure enough, they were all too big, even though they were putting like felt and crap inside of them. And to make them fit, they looked ridiculous, and they were falling down over my eyes, and there was no way I could dance in them. And then finally they went back into like the children's area and got me a hat that fit. And I think it still needed to have stuff put in it so it wouldn't fall off. Row 7. Chain 1, single crochet in the same stitch, and each stitch across, making 2 single crochet in the center of the 5 double crochet in the peak. Yay, no thinking, no counting. It was strange. Like, you would think that, the theater department, the dance department, that they would be like, closely working together. And no, they did not like doing anything for us, and the professors were constantly fighting. it was like I cried many times, especially over the um the stuff that they would order for me. The size that they ordered a 5X for me in something one time. And I was like, why did you order such a large size? Like I'm bigger now, but I was not that big then. And I was, you know, big, thick, I guess, for a dancer, but not really. Not really. And they ordered like a 5X. And I said, "Why did you order such a big size for me?" And they said, "With your measurements, that's what, according to the size chart for this dress, that was the size." And I was just swimming in that dress. It looked terrible. And they took it in, but they could only take it in so far because it didn't stretch. And yeah, it was just not good. That was the only dance I was in that show too. Louise says she has a freakishly big head. Amy, I didn't know you had a big head. I don't think you do. But I have a very small head. It's weird. I really noticed it and found out when I was pregnant with my first kid, my son, and my hairdresser cut my hair super short. I really don't know why she cut it so short. I didn't really ask for it to be that short. But she cut my hair super short, and I was pregnant, and it did look cute. It did look cute. But I was like, my head is so small, and my body is so big. Like I just kind of wish I had long hair so I could like puff it out and even things out a little bit. But man, I just made my body. I was really big too when I was pregnant. I had a 9-pound baby, and I'm like 5 feet tall, and I was small back then. I was the person people thought I was having twins. People would say, "How many babies do you have in there?" And like all kinds of mean stuff. My now ex-husband, even he stood up for me one time. I walked into a party and I had this dress on that just kind of made me look pregnant. And with my daughter, I hadn't really looked, pregnant up till then. But it was this dress that I had on that kind of looked like a maternity dress and made me look pregnant. And this one of the guys at the party, when I walked in, and he goes, "Oh my God, you got huge." And my now ex-husband said, "Don't ever say that to a pregnant woman." It's like one of the only times maybe the only time he stuck up for me over anything, but he jumped on that. Just don't ever say that to a pregnant woman. Yeah, my hair was longer when I had Maya. I had that cute little bob, like what Maya used to wear when she was little. Man, I love her with that bob too. That's why I think hats. Mom would always say, "You're a hat person." I think it's because I have a small head. And that's the story of my tiny noggin. What's it like having a big head? You didn't know what? That I had a small head? Hats don't fit. I think Dad had a small head because I brought a hat back from Ireland for him and it was too big. And when he and the hats were sized. You know, there were like different sizes for the hats. Like I don't even really remember how they were sized, but it was like so many inches or whatever. And so I just guessed and I put them on, my head and I was like, I have a small head. And I put them on my, former husband's head and he has a big head. He has a big head. And I kind of was like somewhere in the middle. In between, I just took a guess and the hat was too big for Dad. And when I gave it to him and he put it on and it was too big, he said, I have a size da 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 head. Like he knew his hat size. He said, my hat size is blah blah blah. Well, I have a hard time getting a hat to fit with my small head. I always have to get the one, the adjustable one, and then tighten it all the way. Usually as far as it'll go, and that's usually not far enough. It was a really cool hat. It was like a golf hat. I took it home and I was going to try and alter it and make it smaller so it would fit him. And it was sitting there on the steps for me to take up. And somebody came over to the house one day and noticed it and said they liked it, and Jay gave it to them. He was like, oh, here, you could have it. I guess I could have called them and said, could you please give me the hat back? I wasn't supposed to give that to you. It didn't even actually cross my mind until just now that I could have done that. Oh, bummer. All right, have a good night. Get some rest. I'm going to get off here at the end of this row. This is going to be it for me tonight, too. I can be my normal night owl self and keep going. I probably will keep crocheting tonight. After I get off. I'm not going to work on this though. I'm just going to only work on this on the lives. See how long it takes me. I know. I think this is my 4th day going live. It might be in a row. It might be my 5th day. I know already that I'm not going to hit the 6-day mark. Bye, Dee. Hope to see you in one of the McKnitiverse calls soon. Bye, Amy. Good night. Ooh, this is really starting to come together. I feel like some kind of magic happened when this yarn changed to blue. I have already done, Glynis is asking, I know you said you were going to do 5 repeats. Will you continue until you run out of yarn? So I have already done one of these with this same yarn, and it took me one. It took me one to do it. So yeah, I'm gonna be out of yarn or pretty close to it when I complete. In fact, I think I might even still have a little bit left of this color, which is on the outside of the. I might have a little bit of this left over from that hanging around somewhere. I don't know what I did with it, but I might have a little bit of that left. I was just thinking in my mind, I might need that for the edge, but we'll see. Because I cut a little bit out. So I guess if I end up needing more for the edge, I'll just put this maybe on the edge. Seems like a lot to have cut out. Okay, that was, yeah, so, and that, yeah, I'm doing the same number of repeats as that one. I don't know, did I answer that question? I think I'm too tired to be here anymore. Thanks so much for the follows and the likes over on TikTok, and thanks for everybody that hung out and chatted and listened to my silly stories. I'm feeling really self-conscious about my head right now too, because I talked so much about my head being small. Here it is. Let me hold it up. Hang on, let me bring TikTok down. There it is. It's really coming together. It's really coming together. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That is nice. I gotta pat myself on the back for this one. This is nice. It's nice. No wonder my mom couldn't put this down when she was here. That one, the other one. All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks for being here. Have a wonderful rest of your night. I'll see you tomorrow. Mwah.